Howdy folks, my name's Casey. I'm here to take you on a little adventure. So today we are going up the North Withlacoochee River to Blue Springs, but we got to start here at the Suwannee River State Park. We got here a little bit early. It doesn't open until 8. So we got just a 10-minute wait, and then we're gonna run up this road, launch at the boat launch, and start paddling. All right, and to visualize that just a little bit better, right here at this green dot is the Suwannee River State Park boat ramp. And we'll be on the Suwannee River for about 100 yards, and then we'll go into the North Withlacoochee. Well, it's just called the Withlacoochee River, but there's two Withlacoochee rivers in Florida. This is the northern one, and right by Ellaville. And we're going to cruise upstream all the way through here, the nearly 12 miles upstream. It'll take 4 hours, and we'll end up here at Madison Blue Springs State Park and experience this spring right here. So enjoy. So we are testing out the Tarpon 160 from Wilderness Systems on the river to see how well it does. Since we're going upriver, I'm going to load all my gear in the front while we go up to the springs, and then on the way back from the springs I'll put all the gear in the back. I think that'll be good for the current flow. Alright, so here we are at the boat launch at the Suwannee River State Park. The river behind us is flowing really fast. So the flow speed right now, I was just talking to some other people launching their boats, and the flow is at 2 miles an hour right now. But I'm next to this post right here, and the post has the high water marks. So that very top one is a flood from 1948, then 73, 09, 86, 84, 98, 59. But could you imagine the flood from 48? That water was way up there. All right, we're gonna head downstream for just a short little bit and then cut up onto the Withlacoochee. And we'll run the Withlacoochee 12 miles up to Blue Springs. So hopefully, it depends on how strong this current is. I mean, this might not happen. Like, I'm game for a good workout, but if we're moving at like 1 mile an hour, then we can't do it. Because we have 24 miles to do today, and we have to get out of this park by sunset. Alright, so yeah, the first thing we're going to do when we launch out of here is turn upriver, just to see how difficult this is. Alright, so let's get into the flow here. Oh yeah, we can go upstream, no problem. Alright, and hopefully the current on the Withlacoochee is pretty slow. So, I mean, it could be just raging down there, or it could be nice and cool, so we'll see. This initial start on the Suwannee is pretty nice though. Once we start moving, it looks like the water's still. Alright, so our speed downriver without any effort, I mean, paddling a little bit, but we're going 4.5. Now I see the canoe up ahead from the guys that launched. It's a guy and his sister. The kayak team in front of me is a brother and sister. I'm guessing they were probably in their around 50s-ish. And they're going to do 50 miles in 5 days. And they're going to have to like really put the e-brakes on, because that river was flowing at 2 miles an hour. So, you know, they're going to be at camp pretty quick each day. So, but I'm sure they had a blast. They were pretty cool. All right, so this is the turn up into the Withlacoochee here. All right. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, it's flowing, but I think we're going to do just fine today. Okay, so I can average 3 to 3.3 miles per hour upriver. But once I stop paddling, it's like I'm dropping some e-brakes. I'm already going 0.7 miles an hour and I just stopped paddling. So I'm not gonna film much. I'm just gonna try and get to Blue Springs, and from there, then I'll start videoing and take a leisurely cruise back and try and document that. But right now I'm just going to focus for the next 4 hours and just try and plow up this river. Unless there's something cool, I'll show you that for sure. Right, we're coming up to the first of 2 bridges. I'm going less than an hour, so this should be just shy of 3 miles from where we started from. It'll be a good reference on the way back though. When I get up here, I want to show the water flow around the pilings. Yeah, so it doesn't look too bad. Just a steady flow. It is starting to rain a little bit. It's really just misty in the air. There is the potential for thunderstorms today, so we'll see how that goes. This is pretty neat. It's the remains of an old bridge. There's that piling there, and this one over here. The road is long gone. Pretty interesting, the weird patterns in the concrete when they poured it. I wonder if they did that while it was underwater. You can see here where the river kind of narrows down. The current's really flowing. I can only get about 2 miles an hour, 2.5 miles an hour through here. Coming back will be fast. Look at this water going past this tree underwater. Just cruising. Pretty cool. My heart is racing. Holy cow. So I heard of the jumping sturgeon on the Swanee, something to watch out for. I don't know what just turned up right beside me. It was like right here. Oh my gosh, it was huge. It could have been an alligator, it could have been, you know, one of those big fish, but a big sturgeon. But whatever it was, just turned that water right beside me. It made my heart jump a little bit. It was crazy. But this paddle is such a workout. I'm struggling to maintain 3 miles an hour. A lot of times it's dropping down into the 2s. So I'm not sure we'll make it to Blue Springs. I'm still gonna push and we'll see what happens. Show you some of the current that I'm going against right there. You stop paddling for even a minute. Ugh, brutal. I do need to scoot over a little bit. It's calmer water over to the left here. Alright, well, I don't know if the river's just gotten narrower up here or what's happened, but it's been a long time at under 2 miles an hour. And I'm pushing pretty hard. Like, it's not sustainable is the problem. So, and I'm gonna keep going. Maybe the river's gonna widen out up here, but yeah, at 2 miles an hour, I'm not gonna make it up there in time to get back to the car before the park closes. So, but we'll go at least until noon, just see where we're at, see if it's possible. It's only 11 o'clock right now, so give another hour. And if we're 2 miles ahead or 3 miles ahead, it's gonna make a big difference in what the rest of the day holds. All right, so I just stopped on the beach right there for a quick break, and I checked maps, and I'm about 3 miles away or so, roughly. It was hard to tell on that map. It was just like a street view map, but it appears to be about 3 miles, so I can get there. It's just gonna stay a struggle for another hour or so. All right, let's get there. just up ahead is the bridge, which means just to the left should be the spring. Right. Yay, we made it. But I want to pause it real quick and show you this definitive line between the clear spring water on the left and that tannin water from the Withlacoochee River on the right. It's pretty impressive, that line that it makes. Oh yeah, yeah, it was smooth. It was just slow. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
How long did it take you?
Right at 4 hours. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a little dip in here and see how it feels. I didn't realize that the spring was that deep. It was a very quick drop off and I just kind of stepped off of it. We got the kayak tied off right there. Looks pretty good. This is Blue Springs off the Withlacoochee River, and it looks really pretty from up here. I don't know how well you can see that tree that was cut. The stump is huge.
Nope. Okay.
The opening of the spring goes down about 25 feet deep or so before it gets into the cave system. And the water's a little bit cloudy, just because the water's high on the Withlacoochee, so there's a little bit of a mix. But yeah, there's a pretty good outflow right here. Alright, I'm gonna pull out my little snack pack, something to eat. This water feels so good after paddling that far. Alright, well this little spring is pretty cool. The water temperature is, I'm guessing, probably around 72 like most springs. But I was able to swim around out there. The current, the outflow is really strong. It's crazy. But it is 1:15, and we do have 12 miles to go, so hopefully it'll be an easy 12 miles. We'll see. So on most rivers, when I do an out and back, going upstream and going downstream is usually about the same speed. Just going downstream is a lot easier. So I'm going to see what my speed is here real quick. Alright, so we got a nice gentle paddle here, and that's 4.8. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 4.8. Wow, okay. So now I'm curious to see how long it takes. 1:15, let's see how long it takes to get back. I'm going to try and sightsee a little bit, but wow, this is nice. Yeah, there's 5 miles an hour right there with pretty easy paddle. I just saw a fish and it was a sturgeon. There are sturgeon in the Withlacoochee River. I just saw its back come out of the water, a good 3-foot section of it, and it just rolled, but that was definitely a sturgeon. Wow. That's pretty cool. This is so nice to have a gentle paddle where it's not taxing on my arms or on my abs. I'm going 5.2 right now, just at a leisurely pace. This is great. Oh, I can't wait to do the whole downriver of the Suwannee River. That's gonna be an awesome trip. But it makes me wonder what the two people in the canoe, they were trying to do 50 miles in I think 5 days. So they're gonna have to like reverse paddle. Otherwise they're gonna finish way too early. Going through sections like this right here where the water's really flowing. When I was coming through, I was going like 1.5 to 2 miles an hour. I'm going 6.2 right now. This thing is just flying. I can't get it up there, I don't think. There are spots where I catch a back current. It slows me down into the 3s, but it's not very often. So this is the effort that I was having to do to maintain the 3.2, 3.3. Right now I'm at 6.4, 6.3, 6.5. There's a goat on the cliff right here. Circle over there. That's pretty cool. There's no call or anything. I'm guessing there's a house up there, but it's just some wild goat. I just saw it's already in the woods and I won't be able to get it on film, but I saw a gold squirrel. Like I thought it was a cat at first, like an orange cat, but yeah, it was a squirrel. Interesting. So the sun finally broke through the clouds. I had to pull out this, it's just a UPF scarf is what it is, or like a baby blanket, but covers my legs really nice. But yeah, it is just beautiful out here right now. And my average pace, I would say, is probably around 5 miles an hour. We'll see when I get there, if I can finish this in 2.5 hours, but yeah, it seems to be around 5. That's so pretty. This tree's pretty neat with the lines on it. Looks like it was straight and then it was bent over. You can see like the crease lines in it. Anyway, that tree's like the root system's melting over the rock. Just saw this little cut right here. I'm gonna try and get in there and see if it goes anywhere. It's got to be a spring. A cool little area. It gets so narrow. Yeah, it's a spring from right here. Huh. You see over my shoulder? Yeah. The water's flowing pretty good. Look at it on these sticks right here. Yeah, really good flow, and it's just coming from right here. It's almost like it's coming out from right there. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Back onto the Withlacoochee, which is cruising. You don't notice it while you're paddling it, but wow, look at it go. All right, back to the bridge. So it means we have less than 3 miles to go. That also means that we've done 8 miles in the past 2 hours. So that's pretty good. That's just so pretty right here. I can hear the bridge up ahead, the one that goes over the Swanee River, so within a mile of the convergence of the Withlacoochee and the Swanee. There's some orange blazes up there. The Florida Trail runs right here. I've walked this before. Back in 2018, 2019? Yeah, I walked right there. That's pretty cool. There's a weird structure here. It looks like there must have been a bridge that crossed here at some point. There's a big round hollow concrete thing. I figure if that was there, that there would be a matching one on the other side, but there's nothing over there. Something called the Natural Springs Grotto. I'll nose in there and see how it looks. A cute little hangout spot. I guess it could be a grotto. Someone built it anyway. Oh yeah, you can see there's a upwell right here, so it is a spring. Cool. Alright, well I don't have far to go. I just got to go around the bend and we'll be out of here. So I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up. Thanks for watching and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Phew, alright. Not saying I almost didn't make it, but that was a hard push to get upstream. I didn't even go that far. Like, it's just right there. It's, you know, 200 yards maybe. But man, that was brutal. But total time, yeah, about 2 hours and 40 minutes roughly to get back. Not too bad. All right. See y'all later.